Hello everyone, this video will be about doing payroll in the state of Virginia, and this will go over a Microsoft Excel application I have built that allows you to do payroll with ease within the state of Virginia. I'm going to show you how this works in terms of data entry and how the reports and pay stubs and everything are generated basically automatically with refresh. So if you have to do payroll and you don't have a lot of time, what do? Well, you start right here in the employee info master sheet. You're going to have an employee. That employee is going to have a certain number of allowances. So that employee is going to be married or not, depending which one of those it is going to affect their federal tax rate. They're going to have state allowances in Virginia. If you have an employee that is blind or over 65, there's an additional allowance that needs to be added in here, which isn't showing right now. So if you have that instance, you can talk to me and I can add it in here. State is Virginia. You're going to put a last name in, a first name, social security number if you want, and you can add address information if you want as well. Virginia, like almost all states, has an unemployment fund or unemployment wage base. It's $8,000 in Virginia. Whatever rate was assigned to you by Virginia, you would put it right here, and it's going to calculate unemployment on the first $8,000 of wages for your employees. That's an employer expense. After you've entered in information into this employee info master sheet, you can start entering information hours in here. You get to choose the employee's name. You can type in whatever date it is and whether they have regular hours, maybe they have some overtime hours, or if they have holiday hours, they would go there. Overtime hours are paid at 1.5 times the regular rate. So once you put your hours in there, you then go over to the weekly all data sheet. And I'm going to hide a bunch of this so that you only have to look at things that are relevant. You have a bunch of different options of things that you can withhold, additional withholdings, or if you have insurance, a pre-tax insurance. We have a salary area over here for salary and bonus. You're going to put your hourly rate right here. If they have the same hourly rate the whole year, you're going to want to pull this down, for the entire employee number one. There are a bunch of different records for every single pay period. So there's 52 unique horizontal row records for paychecks for each week because it's a weekly payroll here. So that's why you can just kind of put your hourly rate over here. If they have any salary or bonus or commission or anything, it's going to go right here. Your hours that are coming from the daily sheet come directly into this weekly sheet. So kind of the logic within this is that if it's dark cells like this, like black or dark blue cells, you don't have to type anything. But if it's light colored, you generally do type in information. If you have a check number attached to each one of these paychecks, you can put that there. If you have any garnishments, like child support or anything, you can put that there. Everything else is going to figure itself automatically. And we can actually hide all this. You don't even need to see it unless you want to override some information because of a previous period if you're putting old information in here. But basically, once you put that hourly rate in and whether or not they have a bonus, I think, do we have any hours for, we just added some hours here on the 13th, right? So where is that showing? It's showing all the way down here, right, in this period. So let's give this person a $12 hourly rate down here, and let's give them $250 in bonus or something. And what you're going to see then, after you've done all this, you're basically done, and you have the ability to flexibly just go and look at your pay stub here, this pay stub sheet, choose the name from up here. We only have one employee so far, which is me, and then choose the pay period. So that pay period we're just messing around with, that ends on September 13th. So you can choose that period right here. And you'll see that the paycheck is going to pop up and populate automatically. $12 rate, here's your regular hours, your overtime hours. There was a salary commission, that's your total wages. That's going to create your taxable wage base, which is what's used to figure out your tax, federal tax, FICA, which is your Social Security, Medicare. This is 6.2% for the employer, 6.2% for the employee. Employee Medicare is 1.45% for the employee as well as for the employer. That's what that is. And then here's your Virginia state tax, and it leaves you with a net check amount. So you have pay stubs here. You can actually set this up to print on a paycheck if you want to, but I recommend doing direct deposit or something that's easier on your paper trails, and you don't have to print all the time. You also have reports like a 941 report. This is a quarterly report. It's very easy to manipulate. You can look at this by quarter by just choosing the quarter. We added something for Q3 there, that one pay period we just added in there. You can add that, or if you want to look at just one pay period, you can choose the pay period and it will override the quarter and it will just show you the one pay period if you remove the quarter. So this is that one pay period from 9/13 if you want to look at it that way to look at what you have to deposit. And you also have unemployment reports. All you do in these pivot tables is you right click in these unemployment reports, press refresh. This is taking into account that 1% rate that we put here, that 1% UI rate down there. That's what's using to calculate unemployment that would be owed. You also have federal unemployment, which is usually 0.6%. And then you also have W-2s at the end of the year where this will populate all the things that need to go on your W-2 so you can log in online and fill out W-2s for your employees with this information, and it will automatically sum up everything for you so that you know your totals are good. And that's about it. So that's payroll in Virginia. If you're interested, contact me. Um, I can churn these out pretty quick, and as we go into 2020, there'll be updates in here where I'll go in and I'll open this up and update all these formulas for the new tax rates and any other provisions that may apply to the next year. But your file can generally be rolled forward pretty easily and pretty quickly, so you're not tied down to a huge expense to update every single year. So we're out for now, and enjoy Virginia tax withholding. Payroll should be easy, so we try to make it that way.